The music world was left reeling when Angie Stone, the iconic R&B singer and songwriter, tragically passed away in a car accident earlier this year. But what started as a heartbreaking story of loss quickly turned into a whirlwind of speculation, controversy, and unanswered questions. Just weeks before her death, Angie had publicly accused Universal Music Group of stealing her royalties, money she claimed could have allowed her to retire decades ago. Now, many are asking, was her death truly an accident? Or is there something far more sinister at play? From mysterious witness accounts to industry-wide exploitation, this story has layers that demand to be uncovered. Let's dive deep into the shocking details surrounding Angie Stone's untimely death and explore the questions that continue to haunt her fans and the music industry at large. On the early morning of March 1st, Angie Stone was traveling in a van from Alabama to Atlanta when disaster struck. According to reports from the Alabama Highway Patrol, the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van she was in overturned on Interstate 65 around 4:25 a.m. Moments later, it was hit by a massive 18-wheeler. The impact was devastating. While the driver and 7 other passengers were rushed to the hospital with injuries, Angie was pronounced dead at the scene. At first glance, it seemed like a tragic but straightforward accident. But as details emerged, inconsistencies began to surface, leaving many to wonder if there was more to the story. The official report stated that the van flipped over before being struck by the 18-wheeler, but some witnesses claimed the sequence of events was unclear. Social media was flooded with theories, with some suggesting that the accident was staged or that no 18-wheeler was involved at all. The confusion only deepened when a key witness came forward with a harrowing account of the crash, only to delete her testimony shortly after. This raised immediate red flags. Why would someone remove such a crucial piece of evidence? Was she pressured to stay silent, or did she fear for her safety? The unanswered questions surrounding the accident have left many convinced that Angie's death was anything but accidental. One of the most puzzling aspects of this case is the testimony of a witness who claimed to have been at the scene. In a now-deleted TikTok video, the woman described pulling over to help after seeing the overturned van. She recounted helping a disoriented woman, potentially Angie, out of the vehicle, only to be struck by the 18-wheeler moments later. The witness described the chaos of the scene, the screams, and the sheer terror of the moment. She even mentioned that the woman she helped seemed out of it, as if she was in shock or disoriented. But here's where things get suspicious. Shortly after posting the video, she took it down. Why would someone remove such a crucial piece of evidence? Was she threatened, or did she fear retaliation? The disappearance of this video has only fueled speculation that Angie's death was anything but accidental. Some have suggested that the witness was intimidated into silence, while others believe she may have realized the gravity of what she had witnessed and chose to protect herself. The fact that no other footage of the crash has surfaced has only added to the mystery. With no clear answers, the question remains, what really happened that morning? And why is there so much secrecy surrounding the details? In the weeks leading up to her death, Angie Stone had been vocal about her fight against Universal Music Group, UMG. In a candid video, she revealed that UMG had been stealing her royalties and mechanicals for decades. Angie explained that after 40 years in the industry, she had discovered that much of her earnings had been misappropriated. "I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made," she said in the video. Angie's allegations weren't just about money, they were about justice. She vowed to do whatever it took to ensure UMG paid her what she was owed, not just for herself, but for her children and grandchildren. Angie's battle with UMG was deeply personal. She spoke about how she had trusted the industry to handle her finances, only to discover that she had been systematically robbed. "I'm not an attorney," she said. "I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, and take care of my family." Her story resonated with countless artists who have faced similar struggles, and her determination to hold UMG accountable made her a hero to many, but it also made her a target. Could her fight for justice have put her in danger? Fellow artist Jaguar Wright has been one of the most outspoken voices in the wake of Angie's death. Jaguar believes that Angie's passing was no accident. She pointed to the timing of Angie's death, coming just weeks after she began calling out UMG as evidence of foul play. Jaguar also referenced a recent robbery at Angie's home, suggesting that it might be connected to her death. They don't want the truth to come out, Jaguar said in a recent interview. Angie was a threat to them, and now she's gone. Jaguar's claims have sparked a firestorm of speculation, with many wondering if Angie's death was a calculated move to silence her. She even suggested that Angie's death was a sacrifice, pointing to the timing of her passing on her son's birthday as evidence of foul play. Jaguar's outspoken nature has made her a controversial figure, but her willingness to speak truth to power has earned her the respect of many. Her claims have added another layer of intrigue to an already complex story, leaving many to wonder, was Angie's death a tragic accident? Or was it something far more sinister? At Angie Stone's memorial, Tyler Perry delivered a powerful eulogy that resonated with many. He spoke of the systemic injustices within the music industry, condemning the exploitation of artists like Angie. "Y'all got to forgive me because I'm angry at the way she was treated," Perry said. "She deserved so much more." Perry's words struck a chord with the audience as he highlighted the struggles that Angie and so many other artists have faced. He even referenced Angie's song, $20, a haunting reflection on financial hardship, as a metaphor for the broader issue of artists being denied their rightful earnings. However, not everyone was moved by Perry's words. Monique quickly took to Instagram to call out Perry for what she saw as hypocrisy. She pointed to her own past struggles with Perry, accusing him of perpetuating the same injustices he now condemned. "You expressed anger over Angie's mistreatment," Monique wrote, "yet you labeled me difficult to work with, despite never having worked with me." Monique's response sparked a heated debate, with many questioning Perry's sincerity and others defending his tribute. This public feud has added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted story, raising questions about accountability and integrity within the industry. Angie Stone's death has brought to light a much larger issue: the systemic exploitation of artists, particularly Black artists, within the music industry. For decades, artists have been denied their rightful earnings, with record labels and publishers profiting off their work while leaving them struggling to make ends meet. Angie's case is far from unique. From class action lawsuits to countless stories of artists being cheated out of their royalties, the industry has a long history of financial misconduct. Angie's fight for justice may have ended tragically, but her story has ignited a conversation that could lead to real change. Her allegations against UMG have shed light on the dark underbelly of the music industry, where artists are often treated as disposable commodities. The question now is, will her death be the catalyst for reform? Or will her story be forgotten like so many others? As we reflect on her life and legacy, we must demand accountability and justice for all artists who have been wronged. As the speculation continues to grow, so do the theories surrounding Angie's death. Some believe it was a tragic accident, while others are convinced it was a calculated move to silence her. Jaguar Wright has even suggested that Angie's death was a sacrifice, pointing to the timing of her passing on her son's birthday as evidence of foul play. The disappearance of the witness's TikTok video has only added fuel to the fire, with many questioning whether she was threatened into silence. And then there's the robbery at Angie's home. Was it connected to her death, or simply a coincidence? The more we dig into this story, the more questions arise. Why was Angie the only fatality in the crash? Why has there been so little transparency about the details of the accident? And why did the witness feel the need to delete her testimony? These unanswered questions have left many convinced that there's more to this story than meets the eye. As we continue to uncover the truth, we must remain vigilant and demand answers. With Angie Stone gone, many are left wondering what will happen to her fight against UMG. Will her family continue to pursue the case, or will it fade into obscurity? Jaguar Wright and others have expressed concern that without Angie's voice, the case may be swept under the rug. But Angie's story has already inspired countless artists to speak out about their own struggles within the industry. Her legacy is one of resilience, courage, and an unwavering commitment to justice. As we reflect on her life and the circumstances of her death, one thing is clear: Angie Stone's voice will continue to echo in the halls of the music industry for years to come. Her fight for justice may have ended tragically, but her story has ignited a movement that cannot be ignored. The question now is, will her death be the catalyst for change, Or will her story be forgotten like so many others? The fight for artists' rights is far from over, and Angie Stone's legacy will continue to inspire us to demand accountability and justice. The mysterious circumstances surrounding Angie Stone's death have left us with more questions than answers. From her battle with Universal Music Group to the suspicious details of the accident, this story is far from over. Angie's fight for justice may have ended tragically, but her legacy lives on. As we continue to uncover the truth, we must ask ourselves, will her death be the catalyst for change? Or will her story be forgotten like so many others? The fight for artists' rights is far from over, and Angie Stone's voice will continue to inspire us to demand accountability and justice. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.